It's another Gettin Real with Ashleydawn. I'm Ashleydawn. Y'all already know that. Well, for my viewers that have been watching for a super long time, you already know that. For my new viewers, hey, what's up? I'm so glad you're here. We're going to get real. We're going to talk about stuff that other people are not talking about. Or maybe they are, but maybe they have a different perspective than I do. My perspective that I'm coming from is a broken girl that has flaws, that is not perfect, that is not a professional at anything other than her own life, that loves Jesus, and that every day is trying to serve Jesus better than the day before and is trying to love people the way Jesus commands me to love them. So, I was laying in bed this morning before I got up for church, and the thought of, can you pay their bills? Like the song by Destiny's Child, I'm sure you've heard it from like the 2000s. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Maybe we could chill. I don't think you can. So I was listening to that and it hit me. Can you pay their bills? The other night I was talking to a friend, and I have a friend who just opened a restaurant. He's very successful, and he has boats and cars and all this stuff, and she was just saying like, wow, he's just way to go him. And I'm like, yeah, he works really hard for that. And actually I went to his restaurant VIP opening, and there was a girl in the bathroom, and I overheard a conversation of her talking about how much he works. And I was just like, yeah, that's what happens if you want to date a successful man. Get ready to not have a lot of their time, because they're going to be working a lot. They're going to be answering phone calls, answering emails, and they're probably not going to give you as much time as you want them to. So if you want a successful man, be prepared to not have his time as much as you would if he wasn't as busy. And I'm not saying a successful man isn't going to give his woman time, because that's a whole nother topic. If a man wants a woman, he will bend over backwards and do whatever is necessary to secure that woman, A, knows that he wants her, and B, knows that he can provide, protect, and be there and be the man in her life. So that's a totally different topic. But I'm saying, so often we look at people, we look at their lives, and social media makes it very easy to do so, and we want their life. We want that thing. One of my friends just got a brand new car, and another one of my friends was like, oh, that's my dream car. I wish I could get that car. And I'm thinking, do you have any idea how hard that person worked to pay for that car? Like, I know your work ethic, and your work ethic is about a Honda. It ain't no Mercedes G-Wagon, okay? It ain't no BMW C-Class. It's a Honda. So if you want a nicer car, step up that work ethic. It's very simple. Very, very simple. If you're looking at that marriage and you're like, oh, I want a marriage like theirs, like they just love each other. Yeah, because they sacrifice for one another. Are you ready to sacrifice like that? Are you ready to be devoted like that? Are you ready to be committed like that? It's so easy to want what other people have without realizing what it took to get them what they have. You see somebody with a big fancy house and you're like, oh, I wish I had a big fancy house. Well, guess what? Each of them worked 2 jobs and ate ramen noodles for 10 years to get that house. Do you want to eat ramen noodles for 10 years to get that house? I didn't think so. We often look at the shell and we never take into account of the inside of that shell. A hermit crab. You see a really pretty shell, or maybe you go to the beach and you get a conch shell and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful shell. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it out of the ocean because it's pretty and it would look real pretty on my coffee table. Little do you know, you just killed an animal, because there's an animal that calls that beautiful shell home. And you just took it because you wanted it, because you thought that you deserved it. But an animal called that home, and now you just killed the animal. So often, women especially, well, and guys too, because guys are not, out of this. You see a good-looking woman, you see a good-looking man who has a husband, and you want them. And so you go after them, and you break up a happy home just because you wanted it. And then the new wears off and you don't want it anymore. It's just like taking that shell home, not realizing that there's an animal living in that shell. So often, you want what it looks like, but you don't want what it takes to get it. If you want something, and I'm not talking about some bad things, like you're lusting after somebody's husband, you're lusting after somebody's wife, you're lusting after their car, you're lusting after their lifestyle. And that's another thing. that always messages me, Ashleydawn, I wish I was you. I wish I had your lifestyle. I wish this. I wish that. And I literally look at her crazy when she talks to me. And, you know, I'm like, girl, do you know how hard I work at my life? Do you know how much I'm on my face in prayer to God for my life? Like, you want to swap shoes with me? My shoes won't fit you. And your feet will get blisters and bleed from squeezing into my shoes because they weren't made for you. Stop trying to look at other people's life and want what they have. It's not for you, boo-boo. Your life is yours. And you can have as much or as little of that life as you put in. A bank account. If you never put in money to that bank account, you ain't gonna have no money. If you never eat good food, your body is not gonna be healthy. You have to put in what you want. You can't just walk around taking other people's things because you want it. I want their car, so I'm going to take their car. I want their house, so I'm going to take their house. I want their wife or their husband, so I'm going to take it. I want what they have. Maybe it's hair. Maybe you're looking at somebody's hair and you're like, oh my gosh, that hair is so beautiful. Do you know how much it costs to keep that hair beautiful? I have really super long hair. Do you know how much money I spend in hair products and conditioning treatments to keep my hair pretty? You can look at my hair all day long and say you want my hair, but do you want to spend the money at the salon? Do you want to spend the money on, hair products? Probably not. Do you want to clean up, after your hair sheds when you brush it? Okay, my nails. Aren't they cute? I just got it done. It's the season of the butterfly. You like my nails. Do you want to pay $100 a month to keep your nails pretty at a salon? You like somebody's facial, routine. Do you want to pay the money to get a facial? You like somebody's tattoo. Do you want to pay the money and sit there? No, you want what other people have because it's easy in your head. You're not thinking about how hard it is to get that thing. You're just thinking, well, I could just have that. That's like watching a movie. Movies romanticize relationships like they don't take work. Like it's just songs. And the little snickering that you hear is my mom. She's in the corner and she's making noises. So if you're like, what is that noise? It's my mom. She has requested not to be on camera today. Anyway, back to the thing. So, you look at a movie and there's music and it's romantic and, there's all these dates. It's a movie. Your life, your relationship is not going to be like that movie. It's not going to be a Hallmark. I promise you that. There's going to be some hard times. There's going to be some clogged toilets, okay? Ain't no clogged toilet in a Hallmark movie. Why? People clog toilets. That's a thing. You got to fix it. You got to get a plunger. You got to get some gloves on. You got to fix it. Life is messy, and sometimes life is stinky. And my mom is about to blow a gasket over here laughing. Sometimes life is messy and stinky. It's not this fairy tale that the world tries to make it. The Bachelor. You're looking at The Bachelor, or you're looking at a dating thing and you're like, wow, they're going on these amazing trips, to Hawaii, and they're flying in helicopters because somebody else is paying for it. And guess what? That relationship ain't as wonderful as the TV makes it look. Stop looking at shells. Do you want to pay their bills? You want to pay that person's bills? No? Okay, well then stop lusting and idolizing their life. Unless you want to pay their bills. Can you pay their bills? Do you want to pay their bills? Stop looking at them and take your finger out and point it to yourself and live your own darn life. Live your own life. Stop lusting, stop looking, stop wanting. Live your own life. Your life is a blessing. Your life is special. Your life has goodness that only your life has. Stop looking at everybody else's life and wanting what you don't have. Instead, want what you do have, because that's how you win in life. Want what you do have. That's my little tidbit. That's my little encouragement for today. You are seen, you are celebrated, and you are oh so very loved. Don't you ever stinking forget it. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you, and I'll catch you in the next one.